Today we'll discuss about the first law of thermodynamics and the basic process here. It's just simple already what you studied in chemistry, maybe a little bit conventions here and there, but the same idea already you have that I'm going to put forward as far as physics in the physics view. Hmm. So here we our highest priority is what for what the work done by the gas rather than work done on the gas, because we are interested how I can use gas for application rather than what will happen to gas. I'm not bothered. Hmm. The approach in chemistry was like you give priority for gas. Here what happened? We are not giving priority for gas. Instead, what do I get from gas? How much benefit I'll get from gas? This will be the approach. So I'm starting with the first law of thermodynamics. Okay. Today what we do, first law of thermodynamics, basic process, we'll finish off. Then tomorrow what will happen? KTG and this combined problems will work out. Evening, if possible, I'll intimate time. We'll take 1 hour class. That one. So that on Friday you can be free. You Friday evening you can put effort. So today evening I'll intimate the timings. Fine. Wait here. Let me do the setting. First law of thermodynamics. Screen visible? No, no,
No, sir.
not there. No, no, okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah. Okay, we'll begin now. The first law of thermodynamics and basic process. So first, before getting into the first law, so we'll try to discuss the terms what we are going to come across here. So the first, let me start with the heat absorbed, or released, or better you can say heat exchange. The symbol what we use will be Q. Okay, already we know some calorimetry. From calorimetry, we had some basic picture. So if you take the some body like this of mass m specific heat, it is having initial temperature T1. I'll supply heat. Then, so what will happen to the temperature of the body as increased to T2? This is solid. Huh? So what you're going to write Q as the heat supplied to the body or heat absorbed by the body should be equal to Ms into T2 minus T1. So what is M? M will be specific heat. Oh, sorry, S will be specific heat and M is the mass of body. Okay, fine. Similarly, let's talk about the gas. Let's talk about the gas. So this is some amount of gas. It is having mass, molecular mass, and specific heat. So it is initially at temperature T1. I'll supply heat. Then what will happen to the temperature of the gas here? So I'm interested here. So therefore, so definitely, what will be your answer? Okay, what is there, sir? Use same formula. Okay, let's try to see that how far this formula is going to help us. So it was the mass will remain same as it is. Capital M we were using, no? M naught S. So the final temperature, let it be T2. Then what is the formula here? Q equal to mass of gas into specific heat of gas. There is no doubt. Into change in temperature. Mass of gas, I think you know enough of chemistry. We try to express in mass of gas, very difficult quantity to express that one. So usually what when we do prefer to express in terms of number of moles. So therefore, and what we know, mass of gas equal to number of moles into molecular mass. So further this will be N M naught S T2 minus T1. Number of moles as it is. So this M naught into S, I'll call it as molar heat capacity. Fine. So there's one C, like I will define it. So this will be what is C is called as molar heat capacity. So therefore this C I can also write in differential form dq equal to NC dt. What is N number of moles? See the molar capacity. We can define this as dq by N dt. And for a given gas, for different process, it will be different. Molar capacity, what is this? For a given gas, it depends on the process, not on nature of gas. Look at the water. What is the specific heat of water? 1 calorie per gram per degree Celsius. Specific heat of molar capacity of hydrogen, not a fixed quantity. It depends on process here. The molar capacity of a gas depends on the process is telling. Sir, how it is possible? Later on, we'll go in depth here, that one. So time being, no. So what is a, similarly, what is a convention, no? So we'll go for convention. Q will be positive when it is absorbed by gas. Q will be negative when it is rejected by gas. What all you have in chemistry, no? Better try to avoid all. Forget. Just with empty mind, you just sit in physics class, it'll be very easy for you. Don't compare them. Totally different things, little bit. Okay, if a body absorbs heat, so we take positive, temperature of that will increase. If a body absorbs, if a body gives out heat, temperature of that decrease. So this is the conventions we are putting. So if a body absorbs heat, Q will be positive. If a body rejects heat or rejects or release, heat is rejected by gas. So don't say body now. Now say goodbye to solid liquid. We are going to discuss exclusively the gas. Why the priority is given for gas, that you can see later on. Okay, this is about the convention. Like this, the heat absorbed or rejected. Who will supply heat? Next question comes. How to supply heat to a gas? What is there? Just put nearby Bunsen burner frame. Okay, you take the ga gas in a container. How to supply heat? So what are the process? So I'll take the Bunsen burner. So there's a gas, no? So let this be a conductor. Conducting box. So what this flame will do, it will supply heat and the gas will get no. So there's one method. Next, another method is I will put an heater coil, dietland heater coil. Okay, let a current I flow. Heat will be generated. We know heater coil, all of you, water heater. Similarly, what will happen? If a current flows, heat will be generated, that heat will be absorbed by the gas. Okay, these are the two things. Heat will be supplied by many means are there. These are the two popular things which I am just wanted to tell you that one. So what is this? This is a heater coil. Electric heater coil. Okay, like this we can supply or we can extract heat also. Extract it means I'll bring cold body in contact with this one. So it can, the gas or pan can exchange heat to surroundings through this one. Suppose that the temperature of gas is higher than surrounding, then the heat will definitely flow from the walls of container. So it is giving out heat. In this way, what will happen? The Q is what we are going to supply or take it from the gas, that one. Okay, no. This is okay. Next, we'll go for the work done. We'll define internal energy. Can you remember we have discussed in detail about this also in KTG? Let me save it. Let's come for. So the next one is the internal energy of a gas. What is the internal energy of a gas? So I need not to describe much, no? So already we have formula. So in what form the intention of gas will be according to KTG? Only in the form of the transitional monoatomic gas will be only transitional, diatomic gas will be both rotational as well as the transitional kinetic energy, only in terms of kinetic energy of molecules. And that intensity of gas, the symbol denoted is U equal to NFR T by 2. For a given gas, U is directly proportional to temperature, because always I'll go for a gas now. I'll not change the amount of gas. So therefore, for a given gas, the intensity will be directly proportional to temperature. What is N? Number of moles. What is F? Degree of freedom. R, universal gas constant. So like this we define. Now here regarding the internal energy, we'll call that as a state function. It is a state function. What do you mean by it's a state function? It depends only on temperature. It depends only on, so don't write anything like a CV, like in books they're given NCVT. I'm trying to avoid. Let it be NFR by 2 or any other formula. The other formula will be NR gamma minus 1 T. Okay, let it be. So delta U will be NR gamma minus 1 delta T. So first important point, it is a state function and independent of path. I'll explain later on in the end. I'll take example. What do you mean by this one? It depends upon the initial and final temperature. Suppose there's a PV diagram. Okay, the gas has undergone a process. Next questions are, what do you mean by process? Is it okay? So no, let me write it. There's a pressure, there's a volume. A, or say like a 1 and 2. This is called like a process. So what is that line? The gas will undergo a process here. So what do you mean by this? Or else I'll do one thing. We will take the, this will be much easier. So what do you mean by here the process? The gas will undergo a process 1, 2. There's a meaning of this one. The gas will undergo a process 1, 2. So what do you mean by this? So I will take a cylinder. Let me bring nearby diagram, all the thing. So this is cylinder. Say the total, this is cylinder. So this having n moles of gas. It was having initial pressure P1, initial volume V1, final pressure P2, final volume V2. So this a gas is present. So initial pressure is P1, V1. So what I do, I'll make it to undergo process. Okay, what do you mean by process is what we should define it here. So both the pressure as well as volume of gas, I'm going to increase it. So who will do that? Let it be action agent. So now, shall I say gas has undergone process? So how did it undergo? Suddenly, no. Gradually, it will move from rest to rest, rest to rest, rest to rest like this. So this is called like a quasi-static, and it's a reversible. What do you mean by reversible? There won't be any resistive forces. It can again means if I move the piston back, again the gas what happened will acquire its initial quantities. Means what was earlier pressure P1, V1, what was earlier temperature T1. So can we say anything about temperature T1, T2? So let's use the P is equal to say like this is theta alpha V. So where tan theta is equal to some alpha. I think this is slope, no? It will be. And then P1 V1 alpha V1, P2 alpha V2. Let me write first. Okay, this will be nRT by V. So as volume increases, temperature will also increase. So therefore, the temperature of gas here is how much? T1. Temperature of gas is T2. It is proportional to this one. Okay, let's not bother all this. So what is the process here now? I made the gas to undergo some process, some changes I'm bringing. What do you mean by process? Where some change in parameter of gas will occur. What are the parameters of gas? Pressure, volume, temperature, energy, heat absorbed or heat released or work done, all the quantities. That will become as what all, they'll become parameters of a gas. So what do you mean by process here? Where the parameters of a gas undergo a change. So that's called like a thermodynamic process. The gas is undergoing thermodynamic process. So immediately what should flash for you? The gas is undergoing some changes. So what are the changes? It can be change in volume, temperature, pressure, energy, work done, heat exchange. So there is everything is called like a process here. Okay, fine. So now what is the energy of the gas now? So we should write it as nr gamma minus 1 T2 minus T1. So how that temperature varies, we need not to bother. Will it varies? This one we need not to bother. It only depends on initial and final state. So I'll bring that. It's a state function. No, what's the meaning of that? Thermodynamic process. Shall I? Is it okay, all of you? Thermod and the gas is undergoing thermodynamic process. This 1, 2 is called as the path. What do you mean by path? Where along the path, the pressure and volume or pressure temperature or volume temperature, they'll be related by one specific equation. You see that one along the path, pressure directly proportional to volume or temperature proportional to square of the volume. So like that, what means some relationship will be there. The gas is said to undergo a thermodynamic process here. So how do it, piston is moved? Very slowly. So we say quasi-static. What do you mean by quasi-static? The process that will occur gradually, step by step. That's called like a quasi, not sudden. There's the one thing. Next again, it's a irreversible. Sorry, it's a reversible. What all we do is reversible. Means again, if I bring back the piston back to this original position, so what we'll get? Again, we'll get same pressure, same volume, same temperature. That's called like a reversible. I will explain that also. In book, everything you have this in the form of a theoretical. I'm trying to give some picture form. So what is this? This is a path 1, 2. Okay, I get this one. So this called like a reversible. Say it has undergone some process. Again, what happened? I can reverse it. This is practically not possible. We are discussing ideal case. So what's happening in the gas now? It is undergoing a process, thermodynamic process in which pressure, temperature, volume, or the intensity, all things are changing here. And it's undergoing quasi-static. Quasi-static is not a process. Every process will be reversible and quasi-static. That's what our assumption. So shall I say that due to thermic process, what will happen to gas? Its state will change, no? It was having some pressure, volume, temperature. Now look at that too. It is having different pressure, volume, temperature. So therefore, when a gas undergoes thermodynamic process, what will happen to the state of a gas? It will change. Or what will happen to parameters of gas will change. And how it will undergo? Gradually, quasi-static process. And it's a reversible. I can bring it here. Okay, now it is a state function and independent of path. It depends only on initial and final state is there. So now let me do one thing. Okay, the same thing we have took the process here. So let me take another pressure, volume. There's a process A, B, C. What do you mean by process? Different path. We'll call this process here. And now, how I'm moving piston? I'll move piston in such a way that pressure will be directly proportional to volume. See, you have to come out of bookish world, huh? Because in chemistry you just study okay all these graphs something. In physics, every problem. Huh? So what is this, sir? What is this? You are writing. There's a piston. All of you know piston. There's a cylinder. Nowadays, I think to fill up air in balloons during birthday parties, we do get that pump, no? So that is what I'm discussing. Of course, plastic. So you better pick up the iron one or even let it plastic. That is what you can move that piston up and down or right or left. So when you do like that, what happens? You are doing some process here. The gas here undergoing some process. Now, if I move piston in such a way that I can move piston in such a way that where pressure be directly proportional to V, then the gas is said to undergo a process C. No, no. How do I move? I'll move piston in such a way that where pressure and volume they're related by this equation. So shall I say some parabolic? What about here? The piston is moved in such a way that where the pressure will be related by this equation. I think this will be parabola also. Parabola, this will be positive, this will be negative slope, positive slope. Can I move? So how do this such a different process can occur? It all how you move the piston. By moving piston in different manner, we can make pressure and volume to vary linearly, path A, to vary parabolically, find P equal to alpha V square, something like that. Here what happened? P equal to alpha V minus beta V square. Getting this one. So the path will come like this here. So what's happening to gas now? It is undergoing different path now. The path is different. Means the way how I move piston will be different. Because of that, the relation between P and will be different. Are you getting no? So, sir, how you can write the same given gas, the same hydrogen gas, 10 moles of hydrogen gas. I can make pressure and volume to vary linearly, to vary parabolic, or to vary inverted parabola like this here. So what's happening to gas? Undergoing different process, no? But what about initial and final state are same? The initial and final state are same. So what happens to internal energy? So internal energy depends only on, according to the formula. First, for the E, N R gamma minus 1, T2 minus T1. For the path B, NR gamma minus 1, T2 minus T1. For path C, NR gamma minus 1, T2 minus T1. So with this, anybody, can you say anything about change in intensity for all this path? So therefore, what does it mean? Independent of path. Therefore, change in intensity, yeah? Change in internal energy independent of path and depends only on initial and final state. So how the gas is made to undergo different process? By moving piston in by moving piston in different manner. So here, so the gas is made to undergo different process A, B, and C by moving piston in different ways. Means if I able to understand, I think if you can understand this, it'll be very easy for you, because see, in books we have only this diagram. Students, they don't know, sir, why the gas will undergo by moving piston in different way. There's a core idea. So every problem, what is the background? What you should have? You should have a cylinder and there should be a piston, there should be a gas. Finish short. Every problem, background, this thinking should be there. Huh? In every problem, this background thinking should be there. So there's a gas, there's a conducting cylinder, conducting non-conducting, and there's a piston. And by we are going to move a piston. So fine, able to understand. So the intensity, what will happen? The change in intensity depends only on initial and final state. It is irrespective of how that, what is the process that is undergoing. We need not to bother. So this is about the intensity. So I'm using word independent of path. Okay, let's come back here regarding, sir, what about the heat energy? Well, it depends on path. You didn't say anything about that one here. So regarding heat energy also, I wanted to check whether it depends on path or not. So for that, let's take example. Heat energy, will it depends on path or not? We'll take example. So now we know how to supply heat. We know how to supply it. So here, let me come back. I'll start here now. I'll take a container. I'll fill up some n moles of gas. I'll supply heat. So how to supply it? Then what this gas will do? It's a rigid container. I'm giving plain diagram. It's a 3D diagram. It should be temperature T1. This is T2. I'm supplying heat to this. It's a rigid box. Rigid means, what does it mean? The volume will not change, no? So now volume of gas will be constant. So now it was initially pressure P1, final pressure P2. So what this gas is doing, it is absorbing heat at a constant volume. So therefore now heat absorbed by the gas is equal to N. So this molar is specific heat capacity, I'll write CV dt. So look at that molar heat capacity. Now it will have some value called as a CV. So what is happening this one? So what is CV? You should call it as molar specific heat of gas at constant volume. Similarly, I can supply heat to a gas in such a way that it can absorb heat at constant pressure. Sir, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So it can supply it. So how to make the gas to absorb heat at constant pressure? How to design that one? So we'll do one thing. I'm for everything I'm giving example. No? What you study theoretically just mere equations here. Everything is what you can have imagination in front of you. In spite of this, if you don't understand, there's some problem with your brain. Because more than this, there won't be any possible things to explain further. Huh? Okay, I'll supply heat. The gas is at temperature T1. Okay, we know some atmospheric pressure force and P into A, volume of gas is V1. I'll supply it. Then are you seeing the piston has raised up? The temperature T2, volume V2. Now, what are the forces still that is acting? mg, atmospheric pressure force, and the pressure of a gas. Now, you can ask questions, sir, why you are not changing the pressure of gas? Okay, let's write equation. PA minus P naught A minus mg equals 0. Look at pressure of gas. Is it constant or variable? P naught constant, M constant, G constant, A constant. So pressure of gas is constant. Now I supplied heat. So the gas will absorb heat at constant pressure. So therefore, what is Q equal to NCP delta T? It is absorbing heat at constant pressure. How do you can make pressure of gas constant? There's a mechanism. So therefore, now what is CP? Molar specific heat of gas at constant pressure. How this Cp and Cv are related by Mayer's equation. Cp minus Cv equal to R. And gamma equal to what? Cp by Cv. Like this, we had all this setup. Okay, now able to understand now? So like I'll supply it where the pressure volume changes. In that case, you write only this much. So what are the possibilities here? If volume constant, if the gas absorbs heat at constant volume, write equation in this way. If the gas absorbs heat at constant pressure, write this one. If both pressure volume changes, then write equation this much only, Q equal to NC. And that C one has to determine. So what are they? There will be three possibilities will come, no? Three possibilities will come. Pressure will be constant, volume will be constant. So therefore, this particular molar capacity, will it depends on path? Yes, it depends on path. Sir, how do you can say? Okay, let's come back to here. So shall I slide down? So I'll write it. Gas absorbs heat at constant. I think it's understood. Everyone knows this. Shall I scroll down or I have to explain further? No need of further description. CP, CV. I'll scroll down
Understood.
here. Yeah. Okay, now I'll say that this molar, this Q depends on path, I'll say. Intensity, I said, change in intensity is independent of path. Molar capacity depends on path. Means here, what is the process it will undergo? Where pressure and volume are changing, no? It will have one molar capacity. Here, our pressure, P equal to alpha V square something, equation will come. What about this? P equal to alpha minus alpha V minus beta V square. The equation of that particular kind, it will come. Agree this? So therefore, for different path, the molar capacity will be different. Similarly, what will happen to the value of Q will be different here. So therefore now molar, the heat exchange. So QA not equal to QB not equal to QC. So heat absorbed by the gas in different path will be different here. So therefore, shall we say more the heat exchange is depends on path? Will agree this? Heat exchange. Heat exchange means Q. Heat exchange Q depends on path. So like this, what happen? We have idea of now Q and delta U. Okay, let's go for the next one. The work done. Already you have background fluids. No? That is what you have to take LPS. So what is the gas? Gas is a fluid, no? So the pressure of a liquid, can it do work? Okay, the next one, work done. Always try to imagine that this what I feel like a student should have an idea that, oh, I'm learning only this much. First, that clarity is needed. Yeah. Okay, there's a piston. Okay, now so there's no friction. Let's assume this is smooth. Here, pressure of gas P1, volume V1, temperature T1. Pressure V2, volume V2, temperature T2. This particular pressure, so look at this pressure V, will take it initially. So this will exert a force, no? Let A be the area of cross section of cylinder, P into E. And because of that, it has undergone displacement. Delta X or dx will take it. Why do the piston will move? Quite natural. The gas, what happen, will exert force, no? Will agree all of you? Just now KTG we have discussed, no? The gas will exert a force on the piston. It will exert force on the walls also. I'm not bothered on the container. This is a cylinder. I'm not bothered on the cylinder. I'm bothered about force acting on the piston. Okay, now, if a force acts on a body, if the piston is having a mass m, let's assume that. What will happen to the piston because of force? It will accelerate. Then as it accelerates, the kinetic energy of the piston will increase. From where this kinetic energy is coming, the gas is doing work. So what gas? Gas is doing work. Go back to work point G chapter. An agent does work means what does it mean? He must possess energy, no? So now the gas is having ability to do work. That work done by the gas is what we are trying to define. So then let it undergo work done by the gas. dW equal to force into displacement. What is the force? Pressure into area. So this will be P into A into dx will become change in volume. So in any process, there's a formula. Work done by the gas equal to PdV. Next other thing comes. So how do you can say work done positive or negative? Very simple idea. Volume increases, work done by gas positive. Work done by the gas it is. This will be positive when volume of gas increases. Work done by the gas negative when volume of gas decreases. Means, sir, like suppose I did the initial, let's take, I'll move the piston towards left, action agent, I myself, I'll move the piston. So in that case, what will happen? The gas does work, negative work. So work is done on the gas. Gas does work or work is done on the gas. It's like this: work done by extraction or work is done on the gas. So simplest way for you is volume of gas increases, work done by gas positive. Volume of gas decreases, work done by gas negative. Work is done on the gas, work is done by the gas. If gas does work, positive. Work is done on the gas, it should be negative. Able to get this. So, well, it depends on path S very much because integral of P dV. Okay, let's do one thing. I will. There are two paths. We'll take it. One. Okay, there's a path A. Okay, pressure here. Let it be P naught. 2 P naught. Volume V naught. 2 V naught. Okay, agree this. So let's calculate the work done in different paths. This one. So first, can we write what is work done in the path A? I'll write. Let me call it work done in the path A according to this formula. So what is the pressure? Pressure is constant. The volume changes from V naught to 2 V naught. No, work done in the path along path A should be equal to pressure is how much? P naught. Volume will change from V naught to 2 V naught. So P naught. Simple idea. Work done along the path A is how much? P naught V naught. Work done along path B will calculate. First we'll do mathematically, then we'll see any theoretical ideas can I bring. Integral of P dV, where the volume changes from V naught to 2 V naught. Oh, pressure and volume are related here. Any equation can we bring? So expression for path B. For path B, pressure is equal to slope of that. Anybody slope? It's a straight line passing through origin. So slope will be 2p naught minus v naught, 2v naught minus v naught. Okay, this is the expression for pressure. Okay, let me substitute here. Work done along the path B should be P. Okay, already I substituted. So P naught, V naught, V dV. P naught, V naught, I'll take outside. So this will become V square by 2. P naught, 2V naught, 4V naught square minus V naught square. So this will be 3P naught V naught by 2. Look at work done along the path B and path A. Are they equal or different? Anybody? WA, WB, check it. Where are they same or different? So O will move like this. The extrusion, sir, how the gas will undergo, how you move pressure constant. As I can move. Sir, how you can vary pressure directly proportional as pressure as volume increase, pressure increase. As the way how I move piston. I can move in piston in such a way that pressure of gas constant, volume increases. I can move in such a way that where pressure and volume both will increase linearly. It all depends how we move piston. How they are same? Huh? How they are same? Can't you open eyes? P naught V naught and 3 P naught V naught by 2. So what is work done by the gas in the path A and path B? They are different. So therefore, shall I say work done depends on path? or work done depends on path. No, for path A and path B, they are different here. See, at least what is there on the board, you should observe, no? What is there? Sir, I'm unable to see, then teacher can't help. Hmm? What is there on the things? You should able to notice the symbols. Huh? Hmm. Okay, now let's come that one. So what is the thing? WA is not equal to WB. We'll do one thing. I'll just write P naught, V naught. Temperature we don't know. That's what. So, sir, which process the gas is undergoing? Okay, either it can be this or this. You cannot make it to undergo both the process at a time. Am I right? I think this is a stupidity, no? Common sense. How it can undergo two processes at a time? Either it should undergo this or this one. Either you can move piston such a way that pressure constant, volume increases, or pressure volume both varying. That's what the meaning here. Huh? Okay, no. So therefore, WA not equal to WB. So what is the conclusion I can make it? Work done is different for work done is different for different path. Agree this? This is B. Okay, shall we say that work done is depends on path or different for different path or work done depends on path. Okay, this is about the conclusion. Okay, let's see some other things. Okay, the same graph. What benefit, what are other things I can get from this particular graph? There's a volume, there's a pressure. Okay, first let's go for work done in the path. Path B. Already we know something. No, I'll do this by not by integration, by some other method. Now, what is some other method? I will let me check the area. So what do you say? This some sort of trapezium, no? This what? WB, I write it. Work done path P is equal to area of trapezium in PV graph. So what is area of trapezium? Half into base 2 V naught minus V naught, sum of parallel sides. P naught plus 2 P naught. So how much we are getting? 3 P naught V naught by 2. What about positive or negative? Volume is increasing, so therefore positive. So is this okay? No. Similarly, work done along the path A. What happened? All this. Not getting. Okay, we'll draw it. Now for path A, let me show it separately. Okay, this was the path A, no? Pressure constant, only the volume was changing. Agree this? So let me take, no, you see this one. So this is area, let me calculate. I think quite very simple, no? Area of square in PV graph. Now, what is this? P naught into 2 V naught minus V naught. So P naught V naught. There are two approaches are there for you. If you can calculate area in PV graph, you'll get the work done. Or else, if you know how pressure varies with volume, substitute work done equal to integral P dV. There, you substitute P as a function of volume, then integrate with the limits, you'll get the work done. Okay, now the next week, today from today onwards to till next week, the method will be same. How to calculate work done? So what will be my approach? I'll search for area under PV graph. If I can calculate area under the curve, okay, fine, that is equal to work done. Or else I should get expression for how pressure related to volume. If I know that, if I know this, how pressure related to volume, this is what I did. No, you can see this equation. So what is this equation now? From where I brought it, I just substituted expression for P, no, because we know work done. Okay, I'll write it. Somebody is asking, sir, why you are writing? In place of P, what shall I write? P naught V by V naught, substitute there and solve and put the limits. So to calculate work done, what are the approaches you have? Area under PV graph or work done equal to integral of PdV. Any process, any process. Now, how to check work done positive or negative? Volume of gas increases, work done positive. Volume of gas decreases, work done negative. And look at this work done depends on part S. You can see now. So how do you can say now? Now you can do one thing. 1, 2 is that. So shall I take it in here like this? Volume of gas constant. So work done, what will happen? 0. So if I move like this, if I move like this, work done will be different here. So therefore work done is independent of path, we can say. Fine. This is the conclusion which I'm giving through examples. So let's take the, once again, we'll have a broad conclusion. See, first of all, okay, a few more are there. Okay, let me do in next page. Once again, I'm coming back to the conclusion part. Let me compare all three here. The very first diagram, what we picked up, no? Okay, let this be a path. There's a one path. There's another path. Let me draw bigger lines. Okay, no, we have, there's a pressure, volume, that one. So there's a path A, B, and C. So this is state 1, 2. Can you say about the internal energy? Change in intensity, delta UA equal to delta UB equal to delta U. So will agree? Path independent, change in intensity. What about the work done? Anybody wants to comment work done?
Different, sir.
Which will be greater?
C, sir.
B,
C, sir.
C, area under the curve. Area under the curve, C is more than area under the curve A or B.
A, sir.
So this one, so I'll give small diagrams, at least. See, you have to put pressure on your, you can't just blank brain. You should fight, okay, well, how that area will be. Okay, immediately take pen, paper, try to draw diagram. The area will come this much. I'm shading this, so definitely which particular area will be more is what, at least if you tell it. Okay, sir, how areas are different means I can't help you. Huh? Basic geometry. So these are the path like this. So like this, what happened? We are going to compare. So this is the path C, path A, path B. So WC, WA. Which area is more here? WC greater than WA, no? Agree this? This will be. Okay, now what about the heat exchange? Can we say more? Okay, here is what I am going to relate the heat exchange, change in energy, and the work done. That is what nothing but the first law of thermodynamics I'm going to introduce. So how all these three energies are related. Okay, let's see that. What is the energy? Kinetic energy of molecules. No? What is Q? The heat what we are going to supply. It's some sort of heat. Heat is a form of energy. We all know it. And this is what energy, kinetic energy of molecule. What is work done? It's the effect of gas. No, the gas can do work. The gas, what happen if the gas does work? Tell me what changes will notice. Tell me if a gas does work, what will happen to piston? Piston will accelerate. Piston will have velocity. So therefore, when you say gas does work, immediately what will happen? There will be some changes in the what happened in the piston, or the piston will acquire kinetic energy. So like this is what we should imagine. So since it can, many changes, external changes will come. A good example, why car will move? Because the gas does work. Because of that, car is moving. Why thermodynamics is given so much of importance is like the gas only. Why refrigerator is so cool? Because the gas is doing work. Why air conditioner cooling effect in the room is there? Because of gas does work. So don't think that only piston gas does or piston will move. It all depends upon the application. For the locomotive engines, the piston movement is what which will help us to move the vehicle. Aeroplanes, rockets, everywhere, no? The work done by the gas is what taken into picture. Refrigerator, air conditioner. Just imagine what all we have, the modern transportation just depends on this thermodynamics. Work done by the gas. Hmm? So now I say that work done by the gas. As this will be used for some application. Let's not bother this one. Or if you just bring a piston, yes, the piston here in this case, what happen will have more increase in kinetic energy than this, than this. It should be understood here. So, so now what is work done by the gas? There'll be some change in kinetic energy of piston. At this level, you can imagine at least that much here. Okay, now let me relate first law of thermodynamics. So what is telling is relating the heat with change in intensity, then work done by the gas, or in the differential form, you can write very specifically. I'm writing because it is understood work done means work done by gas only. So to make things clear, I'm writing gas, but other is not needed. This will be in the differential form. So now what is this? Nothing but shall I say law of conservation of energy principle, not mechanical energy. So what is this? Heat, kinetic energy of molecules. What about this? Some agent, somebody will receive that energy from the gas, and that will be available as kinetic energy of piston or elastic potential energy of spring or work done to overcome friction or any other thing. Like that, all these three quantities are related. Okay, now keeping this in mind, delta U is same for all the three paths. Delta U is same for all three paths. WC greater than WA, WB. So what you can say QC, QC greater than QA greater than QB. Agreed? So how do you can say? Because from first law, delta U is same for all the gases. WC greater than WA greater than WB. So therefore QC greater than QA greater than QB. So which are path dependent? Heat exchange and the work done are path dependent. Which is path independent? Work done, sorry, change in intensity. Like this, I'm just introduced the first law. There's nothing but what happened. What is first law of thermodynamics? Another form of law of conservation of energy. Okay, like this is what we have just had a very nice conclusion about the different parameters here. Okay, let's get into the work done because still many other things is what I should define. Let me go back to the work done. Okay, we do have a cyclic process. Okay, this is a cyclic process. Okay, no, let's go for indicating all the things. So I agree this. So let this be the pressure graph. Let this be volume V naught, also like a V1, V2. The gas will undergo a process, cyclic process. I'm calling it as so. There should be A, B, C, D. All of you cyclic clockwise. So let's see that in cyclic process, this is a clockwise cyclic process. So the gas will start at A. Again, it will return back to A only, no? So what is the change in energy? Will be zero for all cyclic process. So what is change in energy? Will be zero. Will I agree? Let it be circle or any other thing. Means the reason for that, what is the change in energy? Nr gamma minus 1 delta T. If the initial and final state of the gas are same, then what does it mean? It is undergoing cyclic process. What actually we are doing? We are first increasing the pressure volume. Next, what we do, I'll increase volume, pressure decreases. Then what I do, I'll decrease pressure and volume both. Then I'll increase pressure, I'll decrease volume. So how it is possible? The same piston and that particular vertical tube, also like a cylinder. I can move the piston in such a way that I can bring the such variations. Let me have water. You think on it. Okay, now what is our basic imagination? Again, the cylinder. say that never deviate from things. So you should have this imagination. There's a piston. So I'm going to move the, so there's a pressure, volume, temperature. The piston is moved in such a way that first here for path AB, pressure volume increases. Here, volume increases, pressure decreases. Then volume, pressure both will decrease. Volume decrease, pressure increase. I can move piston. Then again, what when I'm going to bring it back again to original value. What is the original value? The pressure is PA and volume is V1. So I'll move it in such a way that again the gas will come back to its original state. So what is the change in energy? Will be zero. So for all cyclic process, what is the conclusion? For all cyclic process, delta U will be zero. Change in energy will be zero. There's a very important thing. Okay, let's calculate the work done. Area under the curve. What is the area? Area of circle. That's all. So work done by the gas should be equal to area in PV diagram. So what is this area? Pi r square. So pi into r into r. What is 1 r? What is one radius? V2 minus V1 by 2. What is the other radius? P2 minus P1 by 2. So therefore this will be pi. Now you can ask question. Why you are why don't you write V2 minus V1 whole square? I think dimensionally it will not be correct. No? So therefore, one R should be done for volume, other R should be taken for pressure. So here, what is the diameter? P2 minus P1 by 2 will become radius. What is the diameter? Horizontal diameter, this one. V2 minus V1. So therefore, V2 minus V1 by 2 will become radius. I'll get the pressure. How to say it is a work done positive or negative? I think that's cross check should be done. No? Okay, let's do one thing. So the first time, no? So we'll try to have a firm conclusion so that it'll be easy for us. So this is the, look at the area, no? There's a volume, V1, V2. So this is A, B, C. This is C, D, and A. Which W, A, B, C, and this is W, C, D, A. Which will have more magnitude?
ABC.
ABC is having more magnitude. You can see now. WABC. I'm talking about magnitude first. CDA, which will be positive, which will be negative. WABC is positive. WCDA is negative. Any reason for that? Volume decreases. You can ask question. As it moves from A to C, volume increases. No, as it moves from C to A, the volume decreases. CDA along the path. So therefore, work the negative. So definitely the positive, higher positive value minus lower negative value. The resultant will be positive. So therefore, clockwise cyclic process work done will be positive. Agreed? Counterclockwise work done will be negative. So for clockwise cyclic process, what are the conclusions? Delta U for clockwise. For clockwise cyclic process, first one, delta U 0. Work done, net work done by the gas. Net, we are talking about net, will be positive. So then what will happen to heat exchange will be negative, positive. You should not think, sir, here it is doing negative work. Okay, I'm not saying it will not do any work, negative work. It does negative work. Net positive work is greater than net negative work. The resultant will be positive only. So therefore, for clockwise cyclic process, change in intensity is 0, net work then positive. Heat absorbed or rejected, heat will be absorbed. Q positive means heat will be absorbed by the gas. Similarly, counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. Counterclockwise cyclic process. So what is delta U? 0. Network done negative. It will be here. It is absorbed by the gas. Net heat absorbed by the gas here. So net heat rejected by the gas. The graph plays very important role here. Nobody will understand by looking at piston or something. The moment you show graph, everything will get, all the information is put in the form of graph. That's why I'm showing the graphical information. But practically this what goes on. Say piston moves and come back. You'll find very difficult to understand what's going on. If I just show in graph, no, okay, yeah, fine. So therefore, what all the thermodynamics concepts are there, no, I'm explaining through the graphs. So therefore, the understanding of graphs are very important. Okay, the gas will undergo process. This is 1, 2. This is a PV graph. Can you say about how the gas, it will start from here? Okay, or better we'll take this one. It will start from here. Fine. So afterwards, counterclockwise. First clockwise, then counterclockwise. So what about heat exchange in the individual process? Then net heat exchange. Can we say anything about that? Q1 positive, delta U1 0, W1 positive. Will I agree? Q2 counterclockwise negative, delta U2 0, W2 negative. But we are very sure what, like the area under the process 1, curve 1, circle 1 is more than that into. So therefore, what you can say, net will be positive and Q net will be positive. I'll start from here. The gas does work, W1 positive work. Then again counterclockwise, W2. W2 negative, W1 positive, but W1 magnitude of W1 greater than W2. So net work done by gas positive. Net heat exchange. Here heat is absorbed, heat is released. So it will absorb more heat than it will release. So therefore net what happen? Heat will be absorbed. Simple things. So the graph plays very important role. Sir, why you are always taking circle? Can't we take any arbitrary shape? Okay, no problem. But most of the process what happen are well-defined geometrical curves. That's why I'm taking this one. You can take parabolic also, no problem. But altogether cyclic process. Both are cyclic process. That's why delta U 0. Okay, like this what happened? We have slowly what happened started with small q equal to ms delta t and went for work done, all different things. Okay, let's talk the basic process here. After learning this, first one, we'll start with the isothermal process. What is isothermal process here? So first, the background, again the background. There's a cylinder. We do have a piston. So it contains n moles of gas, pressure, volume. Here P2, V2, temperature T. There's an overall sequence here. No, it's a process in which temperature of gas remains constant. Temperature is constant, so T will be constant. Intensity of gas remains constant. So therefore, U is also constant. So as temperature constant, delta T will be 0. As intensity is constant, so therefore delta U is 0. So from first law of thermodynamics, what we can write here, as we know, dq equal to du plus dw. As du is 0, and moreover this, what we get is like a temperature is constant here. So therefore, PV equal to nRT as temperature constant. So PV is equal to constant. So then P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. So it's a process in which pressure and volume, how they'll be related. So rectangular hyperbola, the curve. So what will happen to temperature of gas? It remains constant throughout the path. Okay, now you have to ask questions like, what makes the volume to increase? I'll supply heat. There's a thing what happened you should catch here. We are supplying heat. What that gas will do, what all you supply heat, it will convert that into work done. What do you mean by work done? It will convert into, say, like the gas will exert force here, P into A. So this pressure force, if a force acts on a body of mass M, there's a piston. The piston will accelerate. Kinetic energy of piston will increase. So what this gas is doing, it is converting heat into work done, or nothing but what is work done by gas. There should be some extrinsic should be available. What is that extrinsic? Here, the kinetic energy of piston. So what this gas does, it will convert the heat into mechanical work. What is W here? Mechanical work. I don't know in chemistry how you study, but here W is what? Mechanical work done by the gas. And there should be some agent. Who is that agent? The piston. So what this in isothermal process, the gas will do, the gas will convert the gas, what it does, it will convert heat into mechanical work. Any amount of heat, yes, any amount of heat you supply, it will convert that heat into mechanical work. Very good thing, no? This is. So in isothermal process, what are the things, no? The gas converts heat. Don't write heat energy, yeah, because heat itself is energy. The gas converts heat into mechanical work or vice versa. It's a very good thing. You know, you just put some candle flame or Bunsen burner, you keep it here. So what this piston, conductor and the gas, what they do, the gas will absorb it, and what the gas will do, it will convert that into mechanical. What do mechanical work? The piston starts moving. There's a meaning of this. So there's a meaning of this. I think the books, they have missed this very badly. Since I'm from engineering background, no, so I'm more interested in the applications rather than only mere theoretical idea. Now, what is the isothermal process, temperature constant, delta U zero, dq equal dw? What is there in this? What is there in the book that you are telling? No, what is actually meaning of that? There's a meaning. What is use of isothermal process? Uh, to keep uh, intrinsic constant, we take isothermal process. I can bring a process where intrinsic is constant, but it will not be isothermal process. So just mere sentence in the book, what happened? Don't repeat. Don't think that one. What is the use of that is what we are learning here. How to calculate the work done. Work done means something I should calculate this area. Can we calculate area? I think very difficult. No, it's not that easy because it is not some sort of rectangle, square, or trapezium. Sir, I'm seeing trapezium. Is it trapezium? You know enough mathematics? No. You are not in the month of April or May that I don't know anything, sir. Even I don't know addition. Now you know enough of integration, everything. Okay, look at this. Can we calculate area? Not possible, no? So therefore what we do, we will just go for a strip. Elemental strip, let me choose dv. What is the dw is equal to, what shall we write? dw equal to pdv. In any process, nRT by v. So further this temperature constant, so nr volume v1 to v2 or final volume to initial volume, anything symbol. So what is work done? So in terms of pressure, if you want to write the same thing, nRT log of P1 by P2, initial pressure by final pressure, or final volume by initial volume. And this should also be equal to Q, no? I think there's a generalized formula I'm bringing it. So what is isothermal process? It's a process which will convert heat to mechanical work or mechanical work to heat. What is the molar heat capacity for such a process? Very, 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 very important. For isothermal process, what is dt? 0. So therefore, C isothermal process will be infinity. What do you mean by that? You supply any amount of heat, it will convert into work. Sir, which gas will undergo isothermal process? Anybody? Anybody? Which all gases will undergo isothermal process? Anybody wants to give reason? Which all gases will undergo isothermal process? Vinayaka, Nitesh, lucky you are in online class. If you're in offline, no. If you're in real physical classes, no, I would have banged your head for your reply. Yes, anybody? Which all gases will undergo isothermal process? Why no answer? Let it be right or wrong. Let it be right or wrong. If it is wrong, teacher will scold. What is there in getting scolding? Nothing wrong, no? Ideal gases, real gases will not undergo isothermal process. Real gases will not undergo isothermal process. Any gas can undergo isothermal provided open temperature should be constant. So how temperature is constant? We have to maintain. We have to maintain. On its own, not possible. If the piston moves gradually, it is isothermal process. If the piston moves suddenly, then it will not be isothermal process. If piston moves suddenly, means like here I supply, it means here exchange agent. I can also do one thing. Okay, some of you. Again, the basic common sense is missing. Sir, how do I come to know? I never seen cylinder piston. That the rewards requirement of science. No, you want to become good engineer, you must struggle to learn things very clearly. Okay, now this way, let me bring a situation for you so that will be easy for you. So there's a piston. An external agent will move this gradually, the piston. External agent, I can apply force. So what happened? The pressure of volume of gas decreased. So shall I say isothermal compression? If I move gradually, the piston, the gas will undergo isothermal process. The temperature of gas will remain. If I move suddenly, though it's a like a ideal gas, and most of you are saying ideal gas. So what all we discuss ideal gas only. Only in chemistry you go for real gases. In physics we must discuss ideal gases only. If I move the piston suddenly, means like this, the gas what happened will not get a time to exchange it. The temperature of gas will change, so cannot be isothermal process. Fine, the gas will not decide what process will undergo. The external agent, I'm an engineer, I'm going to decide what process the gas will undergo. So therefore, which gas will undergo isothermal process? Any gas can undergo isothermal process. Finish over. Any gas can undergo isothermal process. Fine. If I move piston gradually, it's isothermal. If I move piston suddenly or rapidly, like this, then it's a not an isothermal. So if I move like this gradually, then it must be okay. I'm if I move piston gradually like this, then what it is? Isothermal. If I move suddenly, then the gas will not get sufficient time to exchange heat. The temperature of gas will change. So then it cannot be isothermal process. Able to understand? So even how the piston is moved also plays very, very important role. So I'll put it here. If the piston, let me put it in. If the piston is moved gradually towards left, okay, there's a iron conducting cylinder. There's one more condition. So what is this? This is a conducting cylinder. And the gas will undergo isothermal process. If the piston is moved rapidly towards left, the gas undergoes, the gas will not undergo isothermal process. Okay, I think so. This is some regarding isothermal process we have. Okay, what about other set of graphs? Pressure, volume, rectangular hyperbola. What about the temperature, volume? What is this process? Isothermal process. You see, temperature constant. Then volume, temperature graph, isothermal process. So all these are the graphs related for isothermal process here. Then pressure, temperature, intensity versus pressure, internal energy versus density graph, or say density versus intensity graph. So I think different types of curves will come across. In temperature versus volume graph, horizontal line, isothermal expansion. Volume versus temperature, somebody please mute it. In volume versus temperature graph, vertical line should be isothermal. Pressure versus temperature, vertical line should be isothermal here. Isothermal compression. Pressure increases, say volume increases, isothermal expansion. Volume decreases, isothermal compression. Pressure increases, isothermal compression. Now, intensity versus pressure graph. So what should be the here? Intensity constant. So therefore isothermal. Density versus intensity. Vertical line should be the isothermal. So density increase means isothermal expansion. So like that, not only don't just believe PV graph. I may bring all these things. The moment you see vertical or horizontal lines, so you should able to identify is it isothermal or any other process here. What about the pressure, volume, density, how they are related? So let's see that one more. PV equal to nRT. Mass of gas by molecular mass. Further, P equal to mv by RT m naught. Now, what do you mean by mass by volume will become density? I need space. I'll shift it to other thing. No. So I may end up, let me rewrite this equation. So P equal to rho RT by m naught. No. So what is R m naught T? They're constant. So even P by rho will be constant for isothermal process. If I plot pressure versus density graph, tell me how the curve should be. Should be straight line passing through origin. Able to understand now? Getting this one. So all the possible things. Let me shift everything here. All these are isothermal. Only PV graph rectangular hyperbola is not isothermal. So if you check the numericals now, we do have wide varieties of like this. A student must identify what do you mean by isothermal process means all these graphs. That's what I mean to say here. Okay, able to get this one. So P by rho if you get horizontal line in Peugeot's delta, will it be isothermal process? Anybody wants to answer? Or it should be straight line passing through origin? Straight line passing through origin only will be isothermal process. If the horizontal line, it cannot be isothermal. Getting the idea? This will be okay. Let's next we'll take the adiabatic process time now. Then no. Okay, we'll do one thing. Isobaric, I'll take it. It's a process in which pressure is constant. Then Q equal to delta U plus W. All three will be non-zero. Pressure constant, so PV equal to nRT, pressure constant. So therefore, let me calculate work done. Integral of P dV. Pressure constant, so nRT P dV. Let me write here. So from ideal gas equation, PV equal to nRT, pressure constant, volume changes. Temperature should also change. So therefore, in place of P delta V, what you can get? nR delta T. Substituting this, nR delta T. Let me write here Q equal to delta U. In place of W, I'll write nR delta T. So what is delta U? nR gamma minus 1 delta T. nR delta T outside 1 by gamma minus 1 plus 1. Or Q equal to nR delta T gamma by gamma minus 1. Anybody gamma by gamma minus 1, what it can be? Okay, let's do one thing. We know gamma equal to Cp by Cv. Agree this? So therefore this Cp, what you can write? Gamma into Cv. What is Cv? R by gamma minus 1. So let me rewrite this. N delta T R gamma by gamma minus 1. From this background, gamma R by gamma minus 1, what you can write? Cp. So therefore, in isobaric process, what is Q? Q equal to NCP delta T. They're the one thing. Next again, how Q and delta U are related? Let me proceed further. We know delta U equal to what you can write? nR delta T by gamma minus 1. Okay, let me, as we know, Q equal to delta U plus W. nR delta T, I can write it as delta U gamma minus 1. Very important numericals, plenty of numericals. Every time you need to derive. In isobaric process, how Q and delta U are related. Q equal to gamma delta U. One more formula, Q equal to NCP delta T. There's one more formula. Okay, now how Q and W are related? Let's check it. How Q and W are related. How W and delta U are related. That also will see all the things. So next again, I know delta U. So relation between W is equal to nR delta T. nR delta T, what you can write it as? Already we know. It should be equal to delta U gamma minus 1. Okay, there's one more equation. In isobaric process, work done by gas is equal to gamma minus 1 into delta U. See this. Okay, Q delta U, we got it. W into W in terms of delta U, Q in terms of change in temperature, Q in terms of W I want. Delta U, what you can write it as? Q by gamma. Or here only delta U, let me write it as Q by gamma. There's one more equation. In isobaric process, there's a relation between Q equal to gamma delta U. And what is a gamma? Cp by Cv. Already we have said adiabatic exponent of gas, that one. How pressure of gas can be constant? How it is possible? Now the gas will undergo the process such that the pressure of gas will be constant. So there's a path. You can see now. The gas has undergone process, the pressure of gas is constant, the volume is changing. So this is called like a isobaric expansion or isobaric heating. What is this process? This is called like a isobaric heating, it is called as. Pressure of gas will remain constant, will not change. Isobaric heating. Now, how do we can maintain pressure of gas constant? Yes, very simple. I'll go back to again cylinder. There's a cylinder. There's a piston. Already we have come across this. The same diagram is what I'm going to put it. Now look at this. Weight mg. The same story. P naught A, pressure of gas, PA. mg. P naught A, pressure of gas, PA. Look at what is the expression for pressure of gas. PA equal to P naught A plus mg. So P naught constant, all constant. So therefore, what is the P? Pressure remains constant. I will supply now heat. Volume V1, temperature T1. Volume V2, temperature T2. How the piston? Piston will move gradually, not sudden. If piston accelerates, then what happens? The pressure will be varying. So it's not possible. So therefore, the piston move with a uniform velocity, also gradually. Then it's said to be undergoing isobaric process here. On its own, the gas will not determine, the gas will not decide that what process it should undergo. The external agent should create conditions for the gas to undergo that particular process. The gas means here it's ideal only. So what is the Cp molar capacity? Shall we define dq by n dt? Now, what is the dq? Ncp dt. So what is the molar capacity of a gas now will be constant. So what this gas will do, when you supply heat, a part of it is utilized to increase intensity, remaining is utilized to do work. In isobaric process, what gas does? In isobaric process, heat absorbed by gas is converted into increase in intensity of gas and mechanical work done by gas. T2 must be greater than T1, definitely no. I will bring that mathematics for that also. Okay, these are both things. Okay, let's come for ideal gas equation. PV equal to nRT. So P1, so P constant, so V1 nRT1. So therefore, what is the equation we can write? V1 T1 equal to V2 T2. So therefore, if you plot volume versus temperature graph, if you plot volume versus temperature graph, and if the straight line passes through the origin, what is that process will be? It must be isobaric process. Sorry, it must be isobaric process. Getting this will be V1, V2, T1, T2. Different types of graphs. PV graph we have seen. There's a VT graph. Let me put all the graphs at one place. It'll be easy for you. Comparison. Okay, no. So in isobaric process, volume versus temperature curve. If a straight line passes through origin, it's isobaric process. Strictly, it should pass through origin. I think you know mathematics now. I know PV graph. In PV graph, how the curve. Straight line, horizontal line, isobaric process. Okay, this is about the volume versus temperature, pressure versus volume, temperature versus pressure graph. Vertical line, anything, either vertical line it should be. Then it should be a, definitely it should be a isobaric process. Pressure constant isobaric, that's all here. Now, here, internal energy versus density. What about intensity versus density? I'll say rectangular hyperbola. So now you can say rectangular hyperbola will be isobaric process. So let's do one thing. Let's take help of mathematics. Euro constant. What is intensity? Depends on temperature, no? So shall we write nr gamma minus 1t? What is the density? How you write density? Density equal to mass by volume, mass of gas by volume. So constant, let me write it as alpha. Okay, let me write T by V is equal to alpha gamma minus 1 nrm. Let me use ideal gas equation. PV equal to nRT. So in place of T by V, what we can write? P by nr. Finally, what I ended up. So look at pressure, alpha, gamma, m. So therefore pressure is a constant. So in intensity versus density graph, a rectangular hyperbola will be what like? Isobaric process. In VT graph, straight line passing through origin. In PV graph, horizontal line. TP graph, vertical line. Now books, we have this all these things in numericals, but in numericals, rather than struggling in numericals, better let's struggle now only, no? Rather than fighting in numerical, let's have some background. Sorry, you have plotted intensity versus density. Pressure versus intensity graph, how it will be? Or intensity versus pressure. Vertical line. Oh, sorry, okay. Already intensity versus, okay, this intensity versus pressure versus intensity. Let me take it. The same idea will be same, no? Able to make it out. So don't just only end up pressure, volume, pressure, volume. So I may force you to any of the graphs here. Not only this, I may force you to think on any of the possible graphs. Say student must analyze all the possible graphs here. So what are all possible graphs? PV graph, PV graph, PT graph. So able to think, no? So this isobaric process, the pressure of gas will remain constant. Then what is the molar capacity for this gas will become equal to Cp. Of all, this is very important. So this called like isobaric heating, temperature increases. If arrow downward, temperature decreases. Isobaric cooling, it is called as. So temperature in isobaric process, temperature increases, isobaric heating, temperature decreases, isobaric cooling. See, everyone knows isobaric process, pressure constant. Let's do understand what is the process. What do you mean by process? Once again, let me summarize. What do you mean process? Where the gas, where the parameters of gas will undergo changes. That is called like a thermodynamic process here. Parameters of gas should undergo changes. What is that? Pressure, volume, temperature, intensity should undergo some changes. Then only it's said to be thermodynamic process here. What do you mean by path? How that parameters will vary with each other. We do express that graphically, and that particular curve what we plot, no, that is called like a path. Or practically how you move the piston, that will determine the path. If piston moves with variable acceleration, what will happen to pressure? Will change. Then it cannot be isobaric process. How you move the piston will determine what process the gas will undergo. Are you able to understand now? Hope you should use your mechanics clearly here. If the piston moves with a constant speed, pressure will be constant, isobaric. Piston accelerates, uniform acceleration, then also pressure constant. If the piston moves up with a variable acceleration, then pressure will continuously will increase. Then it cannot be isobaric process. So therefore, you have to supply it in such a way that it should move either with uniform speed or uniform accelerated motion. Getting the idea? The methodology? So therefore, gas will determine that I should undergo this process. No. X-ray agent is going to determine what process the gas should undergo. Example, this isothermal. Why temperature of gas constant? Why the temperature of gas is constant? We are going to maintain, if I maintain temperature of gas constant, it will be isothermal. Otherwise not possible. The gas will not determine what process it will undergo. The external agent, what happen, is going to define what process the gas should undergo. Are you getting? No? So we think that gas is dynamic. Gas is what? Some sort of just like a lifeless matter. No, it is what process the gas should undergo will determine the external agent. So how you move the piston, a good example here. I'll supply heat. Then if the piston moves in such a way the temperature of gas constant. How to maintain temperature of gas constant? That is what I should do. Then it will undergo isothermal process. Then if temperature constant, then you supply any amount of heat, it will convert into mechanical work. Or you move the piston gradually. Then what gas will do? It will convert mechanical work into heat. Suppose say there's a winter, I want water will be cold. I want to take bath early morning. So I need hot water. So shall I use this mechanism? I'll move the piston. I'll do mechanical work. So what gas will do? Will convert mechanical work into heat. That heat, what happen? Will be given to cold water. It will become warm or hot. I'll take the bath, hot water bath. Very simple way. So can you use this cylinder, piston and gas to generate heat? Yes, I should supply energy. So what this gas is doing now, converting mechanical work into heat or heat to mechanical work. There's a meaning of this, vice versa. Mechanical work will be converted into heat or heat to mechanical work. So there's an arrow is what you have to show it. Fine. So these are the ways in which a student should, and always the background should undergo this one. Sir, here, what actually going on? What is this? You have a cylinder and there is a piston. Okay, and what will happen? You are supplied heat in such a way that what will happen? Okay, this what is this isothermal process? No, it is. Okay, this is for isothermal. No, I thought. Yeah. Let it be this one. No. I supplied heat and the piston will move in such a way that the temperature is constant. Then the pressure and density has in fact vary. So all these are isothermal processes. So the background, you should never forget the cylinder, gas and piston. Everything should be taught. The background should go on that one. Okay, we'll wind up for today till here. Okay, evening I'll give the timings. You have to join class for evening. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. So evening I'll give the timings. Then we'll meet. Okay, thank you all of you. Take care. Bye.
Yes, sir.